Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Supreme Lord 2020 as Mexico in the Mexico Expands campaign. Last off there was really nothing much to do other than prepare for a possible war with the American Union again. Even though we do have a casus belli, the only slight issue at the moment is simply our military. Currently we have about 84 units deployed and 34 reserve. Most are kinda useless. But at this moment it's best to just slowly but surely build up our military. Build up mostly the Air Force, especially the Air Force, and possibly the Navy as well. As the majority of ships that are in this side, not really that much. Some were Confederate ships after all, and they could be useful. But for now, a small measure of peace is greatly welcomed at the moment, just so we can slowly rebuild and hopefully get ready. As concerning on this side where New Orleans was, there's a lot of tanks here. So, while we're at it, might as well just take a look at the rest of the world. Is anything going on in the Independent Federation? Not really. The Australians have still hold on to the big island of Hawaii. That's about it. On the Canadian front, the Canadians themselves seems like they haven't made that much advances. Mostly grabbing territory through supply losses, I suppose. Over in the Pacific, nothing much. There's really nothing to say about what's going on. Hardly any war is going on other than some rather odd ones. Indonesia is at war with Russia. Malaysia is at war with both Russia and who else? China at the moment. And looks like the Malaysian forces have been Navy has been, well, by forces I mean by their Navy has been wiped out. And once again there's a really odd look of a line of ships in the middle of nowhere. On China's multi-front, Vietnam held out, but they're not gonna make any expansions. Myanmar, well, looks like the Chinese haven't really made that much advances, let alone sending out their entire army. Let's see, India doesn't really look like any advances into Bangladesh. Afghanistan and Pakistan. It does look like Pakistan is actually having a hard time trying to get it pushed into Indian territory. Same could be said for the Indian forces, but I don't know. Afghanistan and such, that's about it. And Japan, I don't know what. I still don't get any reason why India declared war on Japan. We have a 31% war justification, but I really don't see. I don't see any reason. Against China, I could understand. Russia, somewhat. Which, speaking of which, Russia is still holding out strongly, actually. Their economy is still looks like it's going to be an issue no matter what. Elsewhere, Israel, not going to comment. Saudi Arabia has made a rather interesting land grab. Same with Egypt and Jordan. Iran, meanwhile, is pushing into Azerbaijan. It's the first to see Iranian forces actually attacking any of these nations. Meanwhile, in Kazakhstan, once again, the Russians have not taken the capital or have made any progress. And once again, Serbia is constantly losing supplies. No surprise, as they are now a single tiny nation of what's left of it. What's left of Their territory, at least. What do they need? Wait, what do they have for tech? Basic missiles? We have all this. They only have those. Nah, not uranium. Well, none of it will be worth it anyway. Well, sooner or later, Bulgaria might swallow the last of Serbian resistance, and eventually. Bosnia is at war with Croatia, although Croatia seems to be in trouble. You have against Macedonia, Serbia, no surprise, and Slovenia as well. As for the rest of Europe, Austria is not looking good. Hungary's expansion has been stalled, it seems, when they're at war with Romania. Slovakia looks like they're gonna survive, at least for now. The Russian-European front, on the other hand, Belarus is actually holding out and make some advances, or any expansion, which I may have to take a look to see if. They actually did gain some territory. Impressive. Ukraine, meanwhile, lost some territory. But not as bad, it seems, as the Russians can't seem to make any push. Don't know why. Wait, troubled timber industry. Forest fires. That's not good. How's Sweden doing? Well, it looks like they've almost cut Norway in half. Finland? Meh. It does look like they're going to survive eventually. Germany is not at war with anybody else, let alone Poland, which they actually are not going to give the Russians any chance to put any expansion of this small territory up here. French-Italian war. Yeah, it's a bit of a seesaw, or so. The Congo Democratic Republic. Some good expansions, actually. The only question is, can they even take out Luanda and maybe make a huge land grab of Angolan land? That'll be a sight to see, but don't see that happening anytime soon. Ethiopia, same thing, and so on and so forth. South America. I think maybe take out the territory. Yeah, Argentina has lost some territory, but not by much. And I think that's about it. Wait, what about the Dominican Republic? Oh. Right. Cuba is at war with... Right. Dominican Republic and Haiti. Yeah. Cuba at war with many of its neighbors. There's nothing much I can do right there. I don't have any possibility for any expansion into the Caribbean, so there's no point. Looking at the trade, water is a main issue at the moment. I have a waterworks that's being built there. Another one here, and a couple others. 4 actually being built. Water reclamations. Only have 6. Put 1 here, and probably 1 here just to be safe. And what does Azerbaijan want? Offering $767 million. Sorry. Requesting at least 13,000 tons. How much do we have in stock? Huh. Well, that's fine, I guess. How's the military buildup going on? army. Let's see. A-72s, howitzers, more tanks, more Humvees. More tanks and everything else are being constructed at the moment. Ships, on the other hand, is going to be a lot slower. One in Salina Cruz and one in Tampico. Alright, I guess I better start building more naval fabrications to hopefully speed up the process. Do that naval fabrication here. Just to speed up just a bit for the Mexican Navy at the moment. Most of the ships are up here for some odd reason. But probably best to return them to base and not spend all the time up here. Casus Belli, meanwhile, is still 76%. But I wouldn't be surprised if the American Union out of nowhere decides to declare war on us. And of course they are a dictatorship, after all. Their treasury is going down, their approval rating's gone down. So, well, it's not like in, say, Victoria, no, not Victoria, I think it was Darkest of Hours, whichever Darkest of Hours, which I forgot, that some rebellion would pop out, but not in this game. Would have been a sight to see some rebels appearing all across the Union, but that ain't gonna happen. Unless there's... Nah, probably not. I was just thinking maybe if somebody knows a possibility of a mod, but I have a feeling it probably doesn't really exist to add more features. And even if it did, I'm sure it will be affecting this one and my current other LP, so that's out of the question. See some ships here, mostly transports. I don't know what Cuba's doing. They may have possibly taken the base that's right here that was American? I don't know if that was it, or was it? Whatever. Somewhere over there. Yet the Cuban Navy is doing nothing. It's always seemed to be the case with the AI not doing that much for whatever reason. Oh well, take a look at the rest of the world since for this episode there's pretty much nothing to do at the moment. It's not as though I can just out of nowhere declare war for expansion, but I would like to, but I'm just not ready. Let alone not having enough ships, or especially the army being really weak. This is the American Union, or however you want to call it. I'm just going to call it the Union. They are really powerful. They took out the Confederacy rather easily. After all, they took out the Confederacy really easily. They split it in half. While we just gained only a good amount of territory, and that was my... And I just received a mail message, but which I will take a look at after I'm done with this. Sorry, I can't speak for some reason today. Okay, calm down. But yeah, okay, it's fine. Let's better take a look at Europe again. The Italians are retreating.